What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's me, Dustin Coyle, once again, alive and well. I'm coming at you. You're listening to Intelligent Thoughts, as you probably already know. This is the NBA Today for January 29th. That's a Tuesday, if anybody is unaware. It's been a nice day so far. Let's get into some recap action. Let's start the show. Alrighty, we got 5 games on Monday night that we need to be talking about. Let's start in Charlotte. We have the New York Knicks at the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte comes up victorious, 101-92. Malik Monk with a big fourth quarter. 4 clutch three-pointers in the fourth quarter to win the game there. Handed the New York Knicks their 10th straight loss. Malik Monk, really an interesting prospect. I like Malik Monk. Let's see. For Kemba Walker, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty rough game for him there. 5 for 16 shooting. Not the best performance. As we already said, Malik Monk with the 4 threes in the fourth quarter. That's actually the majority of the points he scored in the game. He finishes with 14. Who else here? Let's take a peek. And a lot of kind of random stuff. Tony Parker with 15 points off the bench. Jeremy Lamb at the starting shooting guard position gives you 15 points as well. Couple other guys with 11 there in the victory. As far as the Knicks, how about 19 points out of rookie Kevin Knox? 3 for 4 from downtown. Looking like a pretty damn good scorer, actually, right now. Probably should have went a little higher in the draft. I think he was like the 9th pick or something like that. Good game for him, though. 17 points from Tim Hardaway Jr. Add 10 rebounds to that. That's a hell of a performance there for the guard. 7 for 12 shooting. Good game for Tim Hardaway in the loss. Just one other player in double figures for the New York Knicks. Let's see. Mitchell Robinson finishes with 10 points in 13 minutes. Pretty good game there off the bench, although not enough to get the W. Shout out to Malik Monk on that one. How about in Indiana, the Victor Oladipo-less Indiana Pacers hosting the Golden State Warriors. This one was not a game. Golden State wins 132-100. That would be their 11th straight victory. Stephen Curry scored 23 of his 26 points in the first half. And is that Boogie? Yeah, Boogie Cousins. A big game. 22 points on just 12 shots for Boogie in 25 minutes. He's balling right now. Kevin Durant, 16 points on 21 shots. Sort of a tough game for him there, but obviously it doesn't really matter when you're stacked as they are. Every single player actually got some playing time. 7 minutes. David Lee, with 7 minutes would be the least amount anybody played. Just a throttling blowout there. Steph Curry, all those players were pretty much not important in the second half. As far as the Indiana Pacers, they were led by Miles Turner. He had 16 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 15 points for Bogdan Bogdanovic on 3 of 6 from downtown, and 13 points from Darren Collison. Boom, boom, boom. The Boston Celtics actually escape at home against the Brooklyn Nets. The shorthanded Brooklyn Nets, nonetheless. They only win by 8 points. A little bit of a scare there. They do get the victory, however, 112-104. And they are led in scoring by Marcus Smart. How about that? And Jaylen Brown. Both of them 21 points. Jaylen Brown off the bench. Did play 32 minutes, though. 3 for 5 from downtown. Marcus Smart, the starting point guard, it says here. But, I mean, obviously he was the shooting guard. 21 points, 7 assists for him, 4 for 10 from downtown. Let's see. Marcus Morris adds 15 points. Jason Tatum, just 6 points on 3 for 9 shooting in 30 minutes. Rough game for Jason Tatum. Gordon Hayward off the bench, 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting in 21 minutes. Really tough for those two guys. And as far as the shorthanded, as they say, Brooklyn Nets, D'Angelo Russell gives you 25 points in 24 minutes. 4 for 8 from downtown. Put up a lot of shots, 20 shots in 24 minutes to lead the way there for Brooklyn. And how about Shabazz Napier coming off the bench, adding 20 points for the Brooklyn Nets as well. The Denver Nuggets come back. Let's see, what was it? 24. Yeah, they were down by 25 points in Memphis. The Memphis Grizzlies were up by 25 points in the second half. And the Denver Nuggets storm back and win 95-92. Devastating loss there for the Memphis Grizzlies. I can't imagine. Man, that's got to be devastating. That's got to be the nail in the coffin for this team for sure. Nikola Jokic, 24 points, just 1 for 8 from downtown, but 10 for 20 overall from the field. Willie Barton adds 20 points on 9 for 15 shooting. And how about Malik Beasley coming off the bench with 18 points in 24 minutes? Obviously all needed there. And 28 points, 9 rebounds for Marc Gasol, 23 points, 11 assists for Mike Conley. No other Memphis Grizzly even in double digits. Rough game, and both of those guys are on the trading block. And the last game from last night was the Atlanta Hawks actually surprising the Los Angeles Clippers. They win 123-118 in Los Angeles. That was actually the Hawks' first win against the Clippers since 2016, and they were led by Trae Young. Trae Young with 26 points and 8 assists. They also got 22 points out of John Collins and 19 points out of Alex Len off the bench. Fantastic win there for the Hawks. 16 wins on the season. They're not nearly as bad as I thought they were. Terrible loss for the Clippers. But 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists there for Tobias Harris in the loss. Big game from him. All starters in double figures as well. And 21 points for Lou Williams off the bench. He shot just 4 for 17, though. Terrible shooting game for Lou Williams. But got to the free throw line a little bit. And 21 points, 9 assists actually off the bench. Not good enough to win the game, though. Terrible defensive game there for the Los Angeles Clippers. And as you can probably imagine, that suits well with me because I'm a Lakers fan and we got to get into the playoffs. All right, enough about last night. What do we have going on today here? Let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in the NBA today. Let's start at 5 o'clock here. We have a tough game to watch, I'm sure, but we got to play them, I guess, and we'll talk about it here. We got the Washington Wizards going to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are actually on a 1-game winning streak, and this gives them the possibility of having winning consecutive games for just the second time this season. But the Washington Wizards have actually been playing pretty well considering that they lost John Wall earlier in the season for the entire season. They've actually been playing half decent since then. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Bradley Beal will probably be leading the team, obviously, and the Washington Wizards are favored by 8 points. And the second game of the night is in Detroit, where the Detroit Pistons host the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are going for, a season sweep of the Pistons already. Is this already their 4th game they've been playing? Damn, I didn't realize that. Yeah, apparently. They've already played 3 games. Milwaukee has won the previous 3. This is going to be at 5 o'clock tonight, and Milwaukee looks like they're going to be full strength. No, never mind. Malcolm Brogdon and Dante DiVincenzo look like they're going to be out in this game. Reggie Bullock, Ish Smith, and Henry Ellison are going to be out for Detroit. Milwaukee is going to be a 7.5-point favorite on the road in this one. Another 5 o'clock game. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder traveling to Orlando to take on Aaron Gordon and the Orlando Magic. We'll see pretty much how this goes. The only player that's going to be out is Alex Abrinas, shooting guard for Oklahoma City. He's been out for a pretty significant amount of time already anyway. Paul George been playing lights out, and I do believe the Oklahoma City Thunder have won 5 straight games. And speaking of 5, they are favored by 5. Oh, never mind. Just changed. They're favored by 4.5 now. That's funny. On the road against the Orlando Magic. And in Brooklyn, the losers of last night's game. No, wait, they won. No, they lost. My bad. Second night of a back-to-back. This time at home, they will be hosting the Chicago Bulls. And this shit doesn't make any sense here. Wow. Who are the injuries here? Chandler Hutchinson, Boise State star, is going to be out there. Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be missing. He has surgery. Alan Crabb, Jared Dudley also going to be out for the game. I'm not even sure if so this game is actually even. The Chicago Bulls at the Brooklyn Nets. And what I'm seeing on ESPN's Basketball Power Index, it's an 80% chance the Brooklyn Nets are going to win the game. So, I mean, I have no idea how this game is even on the odds, but it is. And there it is. Maybe some good gambling advice for you, huh? And we go to 6 o'clock, the first game of TNT's action tonight. We have the New Orleans Pelicans minus Anthony Davis. Not that he's on a different team, but he's just not playing. And they are heading to Houston to take on James Harden, Chris Paul, and the Houston Rockets. This is actually going to be a tough one for New Orleans. Not only is Anthony Davis out, Nikola Mirotic is also out, one of their better players, probably their second best scorer. Etuan Moore is also out, and Julius Randle is also out. The bully ball 6-man. This is going to be a tough matchup. Houston Rockets have all of their players, apparently. I'm not sure if that means Clint Capella as well. I would imagine it does. If that's the case, you got to really like Houston in this game on TNT. They are favored by 11 points. So, most people have obviously been putting money on them. And 6:30, we have the San Antonio Spurs hosting DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, and the Phoenix Suns. Actually, he's not going to be hosting DeAndre Ayton. He's out. My bad. And DeAnthony Melton is going to be out. DeMar DeRozan is going to be out for the Spurs. So a little bit of a weakened matchup of what already would have been somewhat of a terrible game. I think the Spurs were on a 2-game home losing streak until Sunday when they beat the Washington Wizards, and obviously they're looking to have that same sort of success here against the Phoenix Suns. They're coming in at a 13.5-point favorite. Got to like Spurs big in that one. And then to the most important game of the night, we have Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and the Philadelphia 76ers traveling to Los Angeles to take on a pretty tough, beat-up Los Angeles Lakers team. It's obviously without LeBron James. Kyle Kuzma is now day-to-day, and Josh Hart is day-to-day, so it doesn't look like either of these guys are going to play. Jimmy Butler's officially out, but, really a tough haul here for the Los Angeles Lakers with all of their injuries. Hopefully they can get a win. They're actually big underdogs at home. Philadelphia, even with a pretty terrible road record, is a 7-point favorite in LA for this game. Probably, I don't know. I mean, if Kuzma, he should be ready to. Oh, okay. It says Kuzma is going to play. He sat out last game, but it looks like he is going to play in this one, so that'll make it a little bit more interesting there. But that's the second game on TNT, 8:30 p.m., so it looks like you have a late night with some NBA action. All right, that's it. We've covered all of the games from yesterday. We've covered all of the games for today. Nice and quick little 15 minutes